What's going on, everyone? It's time for an 80s horror comedy film review. Today we're going to talk about Deathrow Game Show. It's released December 4th, 1987. This stars John McFarty, Deborah Lamb, and Robin Doyle. And it's directed by Mark Piro, who also did Polish Vampire and Burbank, Curse of the Queen Wolf, Rakudamu, and Nudist Colony of the Dead. I think he also did My Mom is a Werewolf as well. But yeah, so Death Row Game Show is a horror comedy. There's a young struggling game show host who has a game show where uh, it's called Live or Die. It's basically takes death row inmates and puts them on a game show, and where they either kill them or if they do somehow survive, they get like life in prison. So either way, it's a lose-lose for them, and it's just so tongue-in-cheek, cheesy, and hilarious at all. But amongst the this game show, he runs into a mob boss who he actually um, tries to make a deal with, and then accidentally ends up killing his mom in his show, and has to suffer the consequences of it. Overall, this film is very funny. Like I said, it's very tongue-in-cheek and very dark humor in this, which definitely wouldn't be made today. But overall, I thought this film was very entertaining, very funny. There is some really ridiculous scenes in it. Like there's a scene where it just says slow children, and it's legit children walking in slow motion across the street. For some reason I thought that was so funny. It's so clever. It has a lot of good dark humor in it, and if you have like a good dark sense of humor, you'll definitely really enjoy this one. And I thought it was very well done in that it does have a cheapish feel to it. It's a lower budget 80s film, but overall, I thought it was really good. The acting's really good, and the cheesy special effects and stuff like that were all amusing. And overall, I thought this film was a entertaining time. There's not really much to complain about. There is some random fake trailer in the middle as it's his nightmare of his life, and it's basically the movie starts over and then it quickly ends, and it acts as a film trailer for some reason. I thought that was kind of stupid, and there's some jokes that don't really work in it. But overall, I thought the film was pretty well done. The ending was a little lackluster and not that great, but overall, it's still a fun time. So you should definitely check it out. It is on Tubi, so I'll link that down below so you can watch it free down there. I'm gonna give Death Row Game Show a 3.5 out of 5. It was way better than I was expecting, and overall, I had a fun time. So definitely check it out if you're looking for a good horror comedy. And yeah, so yeah, also make sure you check out my Instagram that's linked down below. It's where I post clips of films and review in the future. All my stories, you have the film time hashtag, the subject of film and the hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, my Letterbox down below, take reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below, reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share to more people wherever. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hope we found some weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought checking out together. Also, so here are my pins on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because we're going to do a 1940s horror comedy in the next one, starring Bela Lugosi. It's called Ghosts on the Loose. I've never seen it, so let's check it out and see what I think in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those crazy game show hosts killing off all the death row inmates, and I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.